Good evening, everybody. As I look to my left and forget that the intro does come to an end, and then I have to talk. This is the Michigan Team Rivalry Show, brought to you by Rise Window and Door, but more on that later. I was going to look at who's in the chat. Who's out there already? We've got us. We're the only ones in the chat right now.
There's nobody watching the show. Well,
there's somebody watching. Whoever's out there watching the show, just let us know. Drop something in the chat. Say hello. Say how's it going.
We need engagement.
Mac, how you doing over there?
Hey, there's my honey. I'm good. I'm very good. I'm really tired.
Yeah,
I am. I don't know what to say. I'm good. I'm fine. Move on. Go to the next.
Yeah.
thing.
Well, you know who else was tired?
Who?
The Wolverines when they traveled out west to play USC.
Bruh. Okay, they get there 2 freaking days early.
We're not going to talk about it now.
Good job by J.J. McCarthy. Take the handoff. And Alec Manis is going to throw a pick. They give it to Corum. Up back. Corum. Touchdown, Wolverine. Roman Wilson does it again. Boy, finds some daylight. He's got some speed and some blockers. Outside. Turns the corner. Blake Corum down the sideline. Looking over the middle. Caught. Touchdown, Wolverine. McCarthy extends the play, now using legs. McCarthy a first down.
I need to shorten that, really. Here we are.
Every week.
Good evening. Every week, that's what I say, and every week I forget. You know what else I forgot to do was to compile all of the calls you guys have made, so I don't know who's winning and who's losing. But I can tell you this. Elle is here.
Are you serious? You haven't been recording any of our calls?
No, I've got it recorded. I got it all written down right here in the book.
Oh, but
I just haven't compiled it yet.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, don't let me forget to give you what Rob and I called last week. I think we might have completely sucked.
That's all right.
Oh no, he called you.
Roland says go blue. To that we say go blue, Christopher Roland. On the other hand, Sharice Armistead says Michigan sucks. Well, you know what? So do you. Tom Boucher says crying Ryan Moji's gone. It's gone.
No, I'm looking at it. It's right there.
It's there, man.
Tom Boucher.
The delay here is killing me. Well, quick reminder for all you nerds in the chat to make good choices tonight. I'm full of pregnant rage, and I enjoy deleting comments. Remember,
get him, honey.
Our moderator is pregnant with triplets, so know that, I guess.
Yeah. Don't piss her off, guys.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. We have a show ahead of you. We're going to talk about the Big Ten chaos. We're going to talk about, we've got 3 games on tap. Ohio State at Wisconsin, Oregon at Rutgers, Washington at Michigan. And we'll let you decide which one of those games is actually important this week. To everybody who is a member, thank you very much for your membership and for continuing to be members. We appreciate that. Super chats also help us out. Well, they help out Mac because all of the money is going to the triplets. In fact, for a $10 super chat, you will write your name on a diaper.
Yes, we will buy diapers and I will write your name on it. For a $100 super chat, I will write Sharon Moore's name on a diaper and with the caption, "Oops, I made a Sharon Moore." I don't know. I need to figure out ways to con Ohio State fans out of their money.
Sure, there you go.
Yeah.
So we'll be getting to all of that, plus your chats in the next 90 minutes. Like I said, we're going to have, talking about the Big Ten chaos tonight. Tonight's a good night to vent. I know you've had a couple of days to think about what happened this last weekend, and you don't even have to be a Michigan fan to be upset because a lot of stuff happened this past weekend. So drop it in the chat. We'll talk about it, and we'll also talk about some football, get to some games and all of that. We do have a poll going on. Let me see. The poll is, what's the new prediction for Michigan's season? First one is playoff bound. 2, Moore is exonerated with a bowl win. Moore is humiliated on a bowl loss. Or Moore updates his LinkedIn profile. Those are your options. What do you feel Michigan is going to do now that they have embarrassingly lost to USC? It wasn't just a loss, it was embarrassing. But also, we are brought to you by Rise Window and Door. Mac, take it away.
I'll tell you who was not embarrassed by Michigan's loss to USC, because he likely doesn't care because he's not a huge football fan. The guy who owns Rise Window and Door. This episode of Team Rivalry is powered by Rise Window and Door. Serving Jackson, Ann Arbor, and Lansing, Rise delivers expert craftsmanship, not just in windows, doors, and custom trim, but across the home improvement spectrum. Locally owned and operated, they bring big precision with small town care. No cookie cutter solutions, no shortcuts here. Whether it's upgrading your exterior or transforming your interior, Rise handles every detail with the care and precision you want for your home. Call 810-673-7473 or head to Rise Window Door to schedule your free consultation today and let Rise help you realize the vision for your home. Guys, I get it. The economy's in the toilet. You probably can't afford a full remodel. So instead of remodeling your home, go with the cheaper option, get it fixed up, put some windows in, fix those doors. You'll be helping the show as well if you call these guys, and they do a great job. So do it up.
They do. They do a fantastic job. Rise Window and Door. Thank you very much. That was an excellent ad read. I think you're getting better and better at that every week.
Am I?
Pretty fantastic. Yeah.
Appreciate that. That's very nice. Thank you.
Fantasy football update. GT is currently in first, and his team name is ninth place or bust.
Yeah. That freaking liar.
He is 2 games ahead of second place, which is Lions Mafia family. I am still holding on valiantly to last place.
Yeah, you gave up too. I played you this. What?
I forgot.
Oh, okay. I thought you just
the first
straight up
couple of
gave
weeks.
up.
I'm like, I'm changing players. I'm bringing guys in. I'm getting rid of guys. I'm benching guys. I'm bringing in new guys. And then by week 4, I'm like, oh, that's right. It's the ADHD. It's just what it does to me. I can't help it.
Everybody's got an excuse.
Sure. Right now, the poll is at, we've got 8 votes going here, and 38% of you, 8 people, say that Michigan is still playoff bound. Respect. I appreciate that. All right, let's bring the guys on. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're going to talk some stuff here. We have Ben and we have Rob. Ben is shaking his head. Rob, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, you guys, on Sunday night, I do a lot of soul searching. I realized how badly I screwed up my job last week. And so the message was pretty simple this week. I got to get back to work, and that's why I have this blue collar jacket on.
Oh, my gosh. Oh. Homeboy has been waiting all week for that.
I wanted to say that.
I can't even. That is some next level petty shit right there, dude. Nice one.
That's okay. I put on my grunge gear because I feel like I'm back in the 90s and I can play football again. So I'm going to go help the team. So that's...
And, you know...
Sure you are.
You should have also worn this Ohio State hat, and the message should have been, you could still win a national championship even though you have 2 losses. So...
There you go.
It's true. If we went out, we're in the playoffs, and then we're basically on the Ohio State trajectory for winning a national championship. You know, if national champions should actually be those who are, you know, subpar.
Ben, how are you doing over there?
Your inches are so long, I can't remember everything, but Sharon Moore should update his LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is crap, but he should still do it, just for instance.
Sure.
Same with some other coaching personnel around the country.
Yeah.
It was a curious week. Let's put it that way. That's all I can say. It was a nice humbling experience, but at the same time, just like Ohio State last year, now watch out.
Watch out for what?
A pissed off Oregon team.
Oh, I see.
Now watch out.
Yeah. Dude,
Oregon,
okay,
those guys are too laid back to be pissed off.
I mean,
they're actually... Hold on one second, though. Waiting in the wings, showing up.
Oh God, is this the G-string guy? There it is. Where's his dollar bills in the G-string? I talked about this earlier.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. All right.
Garrison, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm wearing this PBR hat to show that what Sharon Moore drank after the game. We got his ass kicked.
PBR. Does anybody still drink that?
I got my blue collar jacket on, Garrison.
Oh, wait, you guys don't drink PBR?
PBR is good.
Yeah,
no, PBR. Yeah, I've
you
got
have
nothing
me dying in the background, Rob. You have me Oh man, that was great.
I appreciate that.
How are you guys doing? I thought, finally had have the night to join you guys. Holy crap! Finally had a night to join you guys.
I know it's nice.
It's nice that you finally took a night off from your stripping job.
Oh, good God! No, man. Well, usually, guys, on Wednesdays I serve and bartend, and the Wednesdays are ladies' night, and why would I not be there for ladies' night?
Don't you have a girlfriend?
Not there though.
They're 60 and 70. Make it full 20 again.
All right.
They're 60 and 7. I thought you said 16 and 70. I was like, that is
what the
a hell of a range.
Okay, so football.
All right.
No, I thought this week. I think I heard the question. I think this week, man. I thought that Ben actually described it well, man. It was it was a wild weekend. I thought, and it was fun to watch.
Was it?
And I was right. I was right. And I was right.
We had a tough weekend up here with Michigan losing, the Lions losing, the Tigers losing. The Wings did all right.
Why, dude? I was prepared for 20 innings. I was ready to go all the way to watch my team win. That jerk off comes in there, knowing he doesn't throw anything but change ups. And you want to throw a fastball? You want what other? You don't have another fastball. And you choke one of the greatest performances of all time in playoff history.
Yeah,
I think they took out Scooble too soon.
Why would you bring that back up?
Considering Big Ten chaos, this is what I wanted to talk about first before we get into the games, because there's a whole lot of things that are going on right now that I don't understand. We've got James Franklin was fired. Indiana is at number 3. Michigan's burning cash. Fickle is spiraling. UCLA won 2 games in a row against Penn State and Michigan State. Michigan State is spiraling. Guys, is this all because of NIL and the 12-team playoff, or is college football just gone crazy train?
That was hilarious, by the way.
All of the above. All of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above.
I guarantee you, I have no idea. I don't know if college football has always been crazy train. I don't know what the problem with NIL is going to be. I don't even know, like, freaking the NCAA has their issues and all that too. And I have no idea what's going to happen there. But I can guarantee you one thing. Somehow, some way, Jim Harbaugh is going to get another 10-year show cause for this.
Way to play the victim.
I mean, he should.
He was the victim.
No, I think this is going to be the season where we see the most head coaches fired during the regular season. I mean, I'm pretty sure Billy Napier is going to get the axe this weekend. This could be Luke Fickell's last game as the Wisconsin Badgers head coach. You never know. I think a terrible precedent is being set with the James Franklin firing, especially because of his big buyout. And that's going to make other programs look at their head coach, be like, you know what? If Penn State can do it, we can do it. We're gonna do the. I don't know how much Billy Napier's is, but I can tell you right now,
it's one of the top 10 highest.
Yeah,
but
I also doubt it matters. Sorry, Rob.
I guarantee you that the James Franklin firing ignited sparked that conversation, a serious one amongst leaders of the Gators organization. So,
yep.
Yeah.
I want to get to Mark Williams' question here real quick, though. But you want to know, I just found out earlier today that Franklin, and I don't know if he put this in the contract or Penn State put this in the contract, but apparently part of his contract was that he would find another job if he got fired from Penn State. And then Penn State only has to pay him the difference from the job that he gets.
Wow.
So they don't have to pay him the full $50 million. Well, they only have to pay him what's left over from the other job.
Yeah, because I've seen 49 million to 56 million. Like
56 million, I think, was at the beginning of the year. Halfway through the year, now I think it's 50 million.
It deflated a little bit. Okay, that's because I'm looking at Billy Napier's right now, and I do think he's potentially. I mean, Luke Fickell's done. Let's put it
did he just sign a new contract this year? He just signed a new contract like 9 million a year ago.
They always do that. They gave him a 1-year extension. That was nothing. That was like $1 million extra.
That's true.
Billy Napier's is only it says approximately $20 million.
Yeah,
Florida could afford that.
Yeah.
So you guys know what Sharon Moore's is?
$5 million.
Not even.
Oh, is it 4 now?
Yeah.
Well, but so to Rob's point, though, did this open the floodgates by firing James Franklin because his buyout was $50 million? But his buyout isn't necessarily $50 million. It's the difference between whatever he gets his new job. But to Rob's point, it does show that it doesn't matter if you have a contract extension. You're only as good as your last game, or maybe your last 2 games.
I think that I think people need to also think about the fact, and I think it sets a bad precedent because I don't believe he should have been fired. I think he's deserved enough credit to where he deserves to get the end of the season.
He lost to a coachless UCLA team
and
at home to Northwestern.
Context
and
matters.
Lost his starting quarterback.
Yeah, but context.
No, that's fireable.
But context matters, though. I mean, Drew Aller was out of the game.
Hold on. Did James Franklin break Aller's ACL or patella or spirit or whatever it was that he got hurt?
He broke the whole team spirit. He broke the whole team.
No, but I mean, at the end of the day, though, listen, I get it, but we can't act like he wasn't a game away from the national championship last season, and then this season he's a double overtime away from winning against Oregon, and then everything. I think he lost the team after that because they put so much into that game. Which I think whatever you had in that game, you probably should have saved it until you had to go to Columbus, because you still got to do that. And
you got to be judicious with the games that you emotionally invest in if you're a Penn State fan.
but I think that as much as I think he's built credit, the only reason I would push back on the bad president part, even though I think it does to that extent in terms of firing, how much you would pay to fire a coach. That people got to remember, he's been there for a long time now. He's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
He's 1-10 against Ohio State, 3-3 against Northwestern. You won the Big. I will say in some years he got screwed. I think it was 2016. He won the Big Ten, beat Ohio State, but the committee still put Ohio State in the playoff. So I mean, hey, it's a rough business, and another one bites the dust.
But that's why I wonder too if something else was going on, because I mean, I want to say everybody, but there were an awful lot of high-profile pundits saying that Penn State was going all the way, including Phil Steele, saying this really was Penn State's year.
Josh Pate did.
Yep. So you guys think that maybe something else was going on, that it wasn't just the loss? That did he lose the locker room? Did he lose the administration?
I think the locker room.
Yeah.
And the boosters. More importantly, the boosters.
It did start with Oregon, because even after the Oregon loss, which was just a James Franklin dramatic type of ending to that game, where you're like, here we go again. Then to go lose to UCLA, and what is his reasoning behind? Yeah, we never recovered from the Oregon loss. So you went on the road in front of like 8,000 people to a coachless team and got embarrassed in the Rose Bowl. Then you come home and you lose to Northwestern at home. Yeah, it was done after the UCLA game. I think the boosters pulled everything. They were like, no, sorry. I think after the UCLA game, it was already sealed. It was done. Yeah. This wasn't after Northwestern. It was already in the works. It was like, we're done with this repetition of the same type of losses and letdowns. And you can tell he lost the team.
Yeah. Peter and I, we were talking about this last night on the live. And, I agree with Ben. It's like you lost one of the biggest games a whiteout game at home. It was a top 5 matchup, and this was the season to prove it. Kind of like, in Ryan Day's position, it was a prove it season for him last season. And, all of a sudden the game ends abruptly because, Drew Aller gets picked off, and just like, oh my gosh, like this was supposed to be it. He lost to another top 5 team. We're not going to get over the hump. And then, you lose to a first time play caller. I don't even know what the dude's name is. And then at home,
he's all of like 19 years old.
Jerry, it's Jerry Neuheisel, the UCLA legend of Rick Neuheisel. Come on, give respect.
Yeah. And then they lose at home against Northwestern. I was watching that game in real time, man. Northwestern was in the red zone like 4 or 5 times, and you allowed over 100 rushing yards against that team. That's just, I'm like, man, I guarantee you Franklin has lost the locker room, dude. There's no spirit. There's no fight in that team anymore. I mean, maybe they'll play their hearts out for Terry Smith, but you never know.
Yeah. I think at this point, Ohio State's got to be pretty scared. I mean, look at UCLA's resurgence after they fire their coach. Now, what's Penn State going to do with a vastly better, what is it called? Roster. Jeez.
What is Penn State's deal with Kolnicki and Knowles? There's a guaranteed money there, isn't there? With those two or something?
I don't know. Knowles was supposed to make that defense, unstoppable. Or
we told you he wouldn't.
Unstoppable.
We told you he wouldn't.
All evidence to the contrary. I mean, he did it for Ohio State.
Those are big contracts, though.
That's Ohio State talent with a bunch of seniors.
All right.
Well, okay, hold on. Hold up. All right. I will give you that Jim Knowles is washed specifically because of what Michigan did to him twice. But he's still a good defensive coordinator. I mean, he has a good roster at Penn State. I mean, I don't know if it was Ohio State 2024 good, which also lost to Michigan, who was 7-5. But in any case, I mean, he's still got a better roster he had a better roster at Ohio State, but he's got a good roster at Penn State. He's a good defensive coordinator. I mean, that shouldn't be, the defense is not why James Franklin got fired. The defense is not why. I mean, it might be because of UCLA at that point. What can you say? I think the entire team gave up at UCLA.
Nico Liava single-handedly beat them. He had 168 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air. So
no, you're right.
Were we not all laughing at Nico for a dumb decision to go to UCLA and bailing out of Tennessee? And then look what he just did. I'm like, man, a coaching change can either make a team or break a team. And for UCLA, you got to get rid of the wheat.
He looked different.
So Mark Williams' question here: where does James Franklin go to next season? Florida, UCLA, where?
Oh yeah, we didn't answer that, did we?
Cancun. No, he's got to get a job. He promised Penn State he'd get a job. So.
The University of Cancun volleyball coach.
Ooh, beach volleyball.
Women's volleyball.
Would you two like him as your coach?
No.
I'm
still good with Sharon. Right, I'm still on the Sharon train. And honestly, if Sharon Moore doesn't work out, then shut up. I am perfectly sane. My therapist tells me so. What was I saying? Oh yeah.
I think Penn State ought to do the opposite of what PJ Fleck did and go to the MAC rather than stay in the Big Ten.
No, he can't do that either because Western's finally
take James
good.
Franklin and put him at Ball State or EMU. They're going to be contenders.
If I'm UCLA, I would think about it.
I drove past a Halo Burger that's bound to be open sooner or later, and I saw that they're hiring. So there's a good idea.
Actually, that's a good idea. If all he needs to do is get a job, like he should just get a job working, 10 hours a week for a local library or something like that, and then let Penn State pay him the difference. He's still making
this cheap labor job,
yeah, why not?
The bare minimum,
milking the system.
Actually, I got to jump back here to Sharice. Ohio State has a good chance of beating Michigan the year because they're looking horrible.
Dude, did you forget 2024 happened? I'm not even
Cash.
disagreeing with that. I think Ohio State's got a great chance of beating Michigan this year, but like last year did happen. Okay, we're all still kind of shocked.
They don't have Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant this year, so
Yeah, but you want to know who they do have? They got Evan Klein, mofo. Sorry,
Penn State
Evan
sports
Klink.
suck.
Evan Klink. Link, not Klein or Klink. Evan Link.
Evan
Mofo.
Link. Really, Evan Link? That's who you came
No,
up
not
with?
really. It's a joke.
Penn State Sports Talk says you better hope we don't get Kirby Smart, Brent K, Matt Rule,
Excuse
Lane
me?
Kiffin, or Jeff Lebby.
Excuse me.
You're not going to.
What's that? I could
Kirby
see
Smart?
Lane happening. I could see Lane doing that. Kirby would never leave Georgia for you guys.
I can't imagine Matt Rule would leave either. I know the people are talking about Matt Rule would go because he played for Penn State, but
What
he's
if
got too much going on in Nebraska.
What if him and Dylan were a package deal? And you get his
I don't know.
uncle. And you get Dylan's uncle.
I don't know.
I feel like with what Matt Rule did with Temple and Baylor, and knowing his personality, I don't think he would ditch Nebraska before he at least got them in contention.
Which could be this year. They could
Could
make
be.
the playoff this year.
But-
Yeah, they're ranked now. They're 25. So
What is Matt Rule's objective? Is he just program hopping, or is he like, does he want to land somewhere? Because actually, if he wants to land somewhere and actually have the resources to match his talent, then yeah, he should actually probably go to Penn State.
Nebraska has one of the highest NILs in college football. I think it might be higher than Penn State's.
Penn State's got a better brand. And they got that
What,
Adidas.
do they?
I don't know about that. Yeah,
Right
you got
now,
to consider
yeah, look at the
Nebraska.
That's not even a better
Yeah.
program all time.
Look at the no, that doesn't. Oh, okay. So we want to bring up history.
No, but I mean, I think even in the 2000s, I don't know. I don't think there's a big difference between Penn State and Nebraska in the 2000s, in the last 25 years.
Well, no, there's no difference between Nebraska and Michigan either. Nebraska is still better than a Michigan brand. Sorry.
Arguably.
I don't even know where that. Okay.
I just wanted to try to rile up the Michigan guys.
That take came from the deep, dark cavern of your ass. That's where that came from.
Wow.
Penn State Sports Talk says our AD said yesterday something like, "We are the elite of the elites" in a press conference. I don't know that that's the case though.
Yeah.
He made guys go to the class this season. I knew we were cooked, and he would give local media injury updates, and the local media had to remind him about statements. All right.
So James Franklin's mind was just gone. Like he wasn't. He was probably looking at the press, thinking, "Oh, they're handsome."
So I just looked it up. No, Penn State's NIL is $20.5 million, and Nebraska's is 20.
Boom.
And I would argue right now, Nebraska, their trajectory. I think their trajectory is higher than Penn State's right now.
I mean, look at when we're talking about some of the highest NILs. What's the separation in those? I mean, are we talking like are the top 20 NILs like 20 million, 19.9 million, and
Ohio State's in the 40s?
In the 40s,
between 35 to 40. Like the top. I read this in the New York Times. The top programs. No, you guys aren't one of them. But like the Oregons and the Ohio States of the world, the LSUs, they're between 35 to 40.
Hold up. We would be the okay. I don't know if they actually like report all of Larry Ellison's income as Michigan NIL, but
that's one player he bought.
He could buy more. Actually, no, it's not. He's bought a few.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is though, you guys weren't mentioned in that 35 to 40 range. Like that's the high end of what people are paying.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's probably
Texas Tech is paying that too, clearly.
But okay, so here's the thing too. Just to go back to the Penn State versus Nebraska, where should Matt Rule thing go? Nebraska's recruiting class for 2026 is 79th. Penn State. Hang on, got to keep scrolling.
It's about to change.
17.
That's about to change.
It might. But not if they announce Matt Rule or say to the recruits, hey, we're trying to get Matt Rule. Because if they say, hey, look, we've got this legacy guy. If he comes to Penn State, excuse me, I just bit my cheek. If he comes to Penn State, then he could keep the locker room together. That kind of revitalizes them a little bit. They've got a proven track record that basically the guy can go anywhere. And after 3 years, they're a winning football team. What does that look like? I don't know. What would be hilarious, though, is if Matt Rule goes to Penn State and only wins 10 games a year, just like James Franklin.
Mm-hmm. That's the problem here is you got rid of James Franklin. And as someone really well put it, what if they just Pelini'd themselves?
Yes.
Like Nebraska did. You had a guy that won 9-10 games every year.
Yes.
You got rid of him and went through like a decade of hell.
Ben, it's funny you bring that up because and when I was in that happened when I was in high school, and my dad hated Bo Pelini, and I told my dad if they fire that man, they're not going to see 9 wins again. And
that's what happened.
Here we are.
That's exactly what happened.
So
I might be wrong this year.
A team like Penn State has to take that into consideration heavily because you don't know what you're going to get. You could reset and just carry on, or you could reset and go into the dark ages.
Now, what are the chances that Kirk Cignetti goes to Penn State?
No.
Zero.
That's kind of funny though, because like if we were to compare Indiana and Nebraska, I would say Nebraska's got the better brand because obviously, I mean, it's Indiana, but the what he has accomplished at Indiana is just flat out insane. They've got the NIL to back up a sustainable football program there too. And the cool thing about Indiana, the draw to Indiana, is that they can just be a transfer portal destination. They don't need to recruit. He doesn't need to go on the recruiting trail, and he proved it. He doesn't need to go on the recruiting trail and try and sell Indiana to high school recruits, but to 3s and 4 stars that don't make it at, the other Big Ten powers or the SEC powers or Division II powers, he can just go to them and be like, look, we'll give you a free ride. We've got the NIL of these other guys, but you'll start today. Dude. Yeah, he's not going to Penn State, or he shouldn't anyway.
No.
Actually, I want to talk more about Indiana, but just real quick here, GT posted, my company is looking for a new janitor, and we aren't even considering interviewing James Franklin because we can't handle the eventual disappointment.
GT is hilarious.
Hey, GT,
also,
I thought you said you suck at fantasy, buddy.
Yeah, he's doing well. Also, thank you very much, GT, for the super chat.
Hey, yeah.
$10. Deshaun Foster and James Franklin were going to create a new reality show together, but they didn't know what to call it since The Biggest Loser was already taken. Thank you, GT. Appreciate the super chat.
Man, I got to DM this to you, Cliff. You're gonna laugh at this. Wait a second.
But so as far as this chaos going on here, though, Mac, you're just mentioning Indiana. Indiana is ranked number 3 for like the first time since when?
Ever?
Like ever?
Isn't that their highest ranking ever?
I think it might be.
Yeah, number 3. No, it is.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let me crash the party real quick before you start talking about it, because I gotta let out the demons, okay?
Okay.
I said before in last week's preview show for the Oregon game, if we had say it's still Mario Cristobal, I would want Kirk Cignetti. I would take him as a head coach any day of the week.
Yeah.
Watch out the rest of the Big Ten. Indiana's no joke. What Cignetti brings, you can say he looks dumbfounded on the sideline sometimes, which he did, so it's funny. But, man, that defense is really good. That simulated pressure they were bringing, man, they had our O-line just confused.
Those linebackers play their butts off, too.
Oh, yeah, everywhere. They were filling gaps. They were covering lanes. Like Dante Moore would try to be running. Indiana was like all over the field, just covering it no matter where he was. Everyone watch out. Cignetti's for real, and there's no reason why you would leave a place like that now that you established it 2 years now in a row. There's no reason to go to a dumpster fire like Penn State. Yes, I called Penn State a dumpster fire because that's what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Cliff, when you get a chance, check your phone.
All right.
You know, it was
Daniel Thornton says Washington 50, Michigan 6.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Ooh.
That's gonna hurt.
Yikes.
you know
Daniel Thornton also adds here that Moore is a joke. He's not a leader, can't prepare a team. The players can't execute basic football fundamentals. The performance on the field reflects the coaching. No excuses.
Wait, did you guys talk about this already?
Yeah, do I need to
No, we're
can
just
I
going
say
through
that
this
line
cast,
that you
okay.
omitted there? Can I say that line that you omitted there? Is that appropriate?
Sure. Go ahead.
Just plain ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
You omitted that. I noticed you skipped over that.
It's a family-friendly show.
Family show. Yeah.
ish.
you know I was
Rob.
man, I was looking at the stats, and on paper, who was the better team? I'm just astounded by this Indiana team that just every aspect of the game, they're ranked in the top 10. Offense, defense, rush defense, passing defense, rushing offense, unbelievable. They're top 5. Passing as well. Just like where is, and even time of possession, they drain just so much time off the clock each drive, and the fact that they create turnovers as well. I mean, look out. They could be every team's nightmare right now. I mean, what Cignetti is doing with the fact that this team is a lot better than last season is insane. But then again, I heard the backstory heading into the season that they were really pissed off about that loss at South Bend against Notre Dame. And, you have a lot of players from last season, but you also have the players that he brought in as well. I mean, Mendoza, dude, he has a great chance to be Big Ten quarterback of the year. That's
very good.
all I'm going to say. And just, I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana goes undefeated the rest of the season. And, taking that Ohio State goes undefeated the rest of the season is in the Big Ten. That's going to be a great game.
Indiana will win it.
Daniel Thornton here. Sorry.
I got to ask real quick. Garrison, who is B. Moses?
No, B. Moses, man. He's cool guy. Brandon, he's over at the Scoop channel. Me and him know each other. He's a pretty cool guy.
Okay.
It's funny because there's this one person on YouTube called Garrison's Timu B. Moses.
He's in our chat.
And I screenshotted it and I sent it to him on X, and we just started laughing about it. I thought it was hilarious. I know, and you know what's funny? Listen, man, you Wolverine fans, you don't like me, and I love it. And if you start to do things, and you guys doing things like this, it warms my heart.
There you
go. It really does. I gotta send you guys a timestamp of my 5-minute rant on Monday, crapping on you guys. But
Oh, is that the one where you said Michigan's not relevant or regional?
Oh no, you're a regional program. Shout out to Mike Valenti. That's where I got it from. Your regional program.
Okay. Hold up though.
We don't have to talk about this now.
No, I'm sorry. Listening to Mike Valenti is like listening to CNN about COVID deaths.
Wait, I can't wait. So I can't listen to the #1 sports channel or sports show in the state of Michigan.
That's because there is nobody else in the state of Michigan that talks about sports.
No, you got what's his name? What's his name in Grand Rapids?
Notice how you said "what's his name" twice.
Oh, he followed me on X too.
That proves he's irrelevant.
Yeah, no, he's not irrelevant. If I said his name, you know him. At least I know your dad would. He's an old guy
because he's old.
Durr,
yeah.
Wait a minute. Dumb?
No,
Michigan should fire James Franklin.
He meant hire.
We'll bring him in for a week and fire him. I see. Right, you got hire.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hire. I love his.
I'll talk to you guys about some other time. I'm not gonna bum rush and blitzkrieg the show, the list for the show. I'm not gonna do that.
Fine, good. What I was thinking about Cignetti though, I don't, because they're talking about Cignetti to Penn State. I wouldn't. Why would you leave Indiana, when he has the opportunity, he's already given Indiana the best season they've ever had last year. I mean, literally the best season ever. So he has the opportunity to become legendary at Indiana.
He's about to go 12-0.
Or he could be Paterno number 2 at Penn State.
Huh?
No, well, not that Paterno Sandusky version. Not that. No, you're 100%
winning his coaches.
You're 100% right. Penn State right now is sinking. You're at Indiana. You're in the upper. Why would you leave an upper trajectory program to try to save a sinking ship in Penn State when you could just go on and potentially continuously be in the top 3 to 4 of the Big Ten for the years coming? Signetti, remember, he's 64 years old, I believe.
65.
65. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. 65. He's why would he's good. He's good to go. He's set. He can retire from Indiana, be a legend, and ride off into the sunset.
Is Penn State actually a sinking ship, or did they just give up on their coach and their coach gave up on them?
It's a sinking ship.
Yeah, I think somebody was saying the other day that ever since the
wait till the next scandal comes up,
incident, that they're kind of on this decades-long curse.
So I posted this question on X, and I listed, I think, like 8 or 9 teams, maybe 10 teams in the Big Ten. But I said in this new 12-team playoff era, so going basically from last year going into this year, who are the top? Who do you think are the best programs right now? And I mean recruiting, on the field success, coaching, on the field play. Like, who do you think are the top programs in the Big Ten? And I would say right now, like in my personal opinion, Penn State. And I don't think they're the only one, but I think Penn State's one of those programs that they are in trouble being passed up by other programs. And I think Indiana is one of them. I think Maryland is one of them. Maryland, up to people's surprise, is the second youngest team in the Big Ten, right behind the Wolverines.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're in trouble being passed up by Nebraska, USC. It's Washington. There's some teams in the Big Ten that can pass them up, and I think that's why I could see what Ben is saying. Where there's like, hey, they might be a sinking ship, and I think you would start seeing that. If let's say is it Ethan Gronkmeyer, if he were to transfer out of there, true freshman, 5-star quarterback, now you're talking sinking ship.
Yeah.
That's why they probably shouldn't have fired James Franklin.
They shouldn't have. I stand on that. They shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Okay. What about a lot of those classic teams? So, and I don't want to say blue bloods because I don't know that Penn State is a blue blood necessarily.
We know one guy in here who isn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we're talking about when you're talking about those older teams, those well-established teams. And I think Michigan falls into this trap too, along with Penn State. That and I'll give credit to Ohio State. Ohio State is also one of the older teams, but has managed to find a way to innovate. Where Michigan and Penn State have not been able to do that. They're riding on past glories.
Wait, can you say that again for me?
That Ohio State has found a way to innovate.
Stop. Hold up. He's fetishizing your comment about Michigan and Ohio State. Don't feed into this, guys.
Did you say Michigan is riding on past glories?
Yes, I think they are.
All right, yeah. Okay.
And I think part of the problem is that since about the year 2000. What?
Hold on. I'm going to go jump off the balcony.
It's still my favorite team.
Say go blue as you're doing it. Just scream go blue, then jump.
I just never thought I'd hear someone, a Wolverine fan, say that.
No. So here's the thing: the state of Michigan is. I'm sorry. I'm going to be a little political for a minute here. The state of Michigan is corrupt. All right. The government of the state of Michigan is corrupt.
I can concur.
Public universities are run by politicians who are also corrupt. Michigan State, Western, Central, none of them can get anywhere because for the last 25 years, that corruption has caused this weird problem of we want to have football. We want people to know us as football, but we don't really want to have football. We just want to tell everybody we have football because we used to do that really, really well. But now we don't anymore. Harbaugh, I think, was the outlier. Harbaugh got into Michigan and was so arrogant that they couldn't stop him. They almost stopped him. Well, he almost stopped himself, really.
You got to stop saying things about Michigan because you're just giving Garrison and Rob more fuel.
It's not just matter. But what he's saying though is true in terms of the state of Michigan.
Like, no, it's true.
Look at Michigan. Look at Michigan State. I mean, D'Antonio ramrodded you guys. You paid him that extra money, then he left you in the dust. And then, I mean, they're living off past glory right now with D'Antonio, and and right now, mind you, people only look at the Wolverines and think, oh, what you guys are. A lot of people forget that Michigan State has one of the highest endowments in the nation. Like it's a top 25 to 30. I'll just say they're a top 25 football program over the last 25 years. And so but the state has the way the state is ran. I'll put it that way. It's, you said it best. Yeah.
Well, that's why Michigan got cheap labor and Connor Stallions.
Well, exactly. But yeah,
a great point though.
I mean, I think you can look back at Michigan and say Michigan was a trailblazing football team. They brought stuff over from the East Coast, from the Ivy League teams, built football in the Midwest. And then Michigan State. I mean, we talk about you guys talk about Michigan being stuck back in the 40s. Michigan State is stuck in the 60s when they were good. I mean, I've had conversations with Michigan State fans who think that Michigan State is the better team because they won back in the 60s.
They won back to back, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
But then there was a 30-year stretch where it was like 27-3 Michigan. And I've had Michigan State fans tell me that Michigan State was the better team during that time. It's crazy. And I think that's why, or not that's why, but because the whole state is run so poorly, I think that is reflected in the universities. And Michigan and Penn State, okay, that's what actually I was going to get back to, is that Michigan and Penn State have been afraid to make change. Rich Rod would have been a great change for Michigan if they had let him run that team, but they wouldn't let him run the team. So here at Penn State, I actually think firing James Franklin midseason is probably one of the best decisions they've made in a while, because it means they're actually trying to do something,
right?
Rather than let Franklin ride it out on a above average wave, but never getting that peak.
But here's the thing with that: their 2027 class is pretty much depleted, nothing left.
Oh, sure, yeah, they just guaranteed themselves, a losing season for the next couple of years. But as soon as they get a new coach in there that knows what they're doing, that actually is willing to take the risks, they're going to be back up.
Do you think Matt Campbell will be a good choice?
No. No. Matt Campbell lost his stride like a couple years back. Like same as PJ Fleck. They needed to leave a couple years ago because Iowa State's been on the down the last 2 or 3 weeks.
PJ Fleck would be a bad coach.
Penn State.
PJ Fleck probably do a lot at Penn State, yeah.
Penn State's like this tough blue collar team. So you know what? They need to get a true blue collar coach, unlike Sharon Moore.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone, I'm agreeing though with everything that's being said. I'm agreeing with everything that's being said here right now. One, Penn State taking the action to get rid of Sharon Moore.
Wow!
God, now it's stuck in my head.
They're just all mixed up now.
It's stuck in my head. Get rid of Franklin mid-season though. It took this downturn. It wasn't the loss to Oregon. It was UCLA and just seeing the trajectory, and they had enough. But who do you get? Because immediately as soon as you do that decision, your 2026, 2027 classes are going to take a dive. But you got to get the boosters back on for NIL. They know it's a risk. It's a huge. Now it's up to them who they pick, because again, you could Pelini yourself or be successful.
Wait, there is a coach at Oregon. There is a coach at Oregon who has the best odds right now to be.
You're no. Well, that's Will Stein, the OC. He's never been a head coach, so I doubt they're going to get Will Stein.
Sometimes you got to take that chance.
Well, if they take the chance at Will Stein, by all means, you go for it. And Will Stein is going to be head coach somewhere, but I don't think Penn State will be his first stopping ground. That's a big risk.
If Sharon Moore can get that team in Ann Arbor, Stein can get that job.
That is true. I mean, Will Stein is 0-2. Will Stein is 2-0 against Penn State and 1-0 against Michigan. So hey, that's and 1-1 against Ohio State. So that's pretty good odds, actually.
Matthew,
what are the chances of? Sorry.
No, sorry, John Diadamo. John Diadamo is out there in the chat. Hey, John, good to see you.
Hey,
I agree. Indiana looks like a Harbaugh team, well coached and disciplined. Yeah, this is why I've liked Cignetti since he got to Indiana, because he's crazy. Harbaugh was crazy. Cignetti is crazy. Dan Lanning is on drugs crazy. Ryan Day is probably the only coach who is like, normal. That's not crazy.
Do you know the name that? Do you know that one of the nicknames we have for him?
No.
Crying Ryan.
It's Cocaine Day.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Have you?
Seriously, why?
Like reasons like this past Saturday when we're up by 20 in the fourth quarter, and the broadcast has to cut his mic or the mic because he says, "What the F are we doing here?" He's crazy. He's psycho. Don't let Ryan Day fool you.
Okay,
that guy's weird.
So every
head coach has to be a little psycho. I'm sorry. If you want to be a head coach in college football, you have to be absolutely out of your mind to want to take on that.
Yeah, Ryan Day, no Jim Tressel.
With the sweater vest, just standing around.
What are the chances of Manny Diaz going to Penn State?
Man, no.
Do you think they would try that experiment out again?
I don't think that.
I mean, if they want to, so I can see them hiring a coach that just keeps up that, strong defensive tradition that Penn State has always had. So I could see them targeting Manny Diaz.
But Manny Diaz was already a coordinator there and didn't do very well.
Huh?
In one game. And that was you guys.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta clear up some history here. Matt T69. Michigan did not steal the helmets. Fritz Chrysler was the coach at Princeton and brought it to Michigan. So he actually invented the winged helmet at Princeton and brought it to Michigan. Didn't steal it, brought it. Thank you.
But Princeton doesn't use a winged helmet anymore, do they?
Only Delaware does.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's just Delaware.
Yeah, Princeton doesn't use it anymore. But they did when Fritz Chrysler was there.
I think they used that actually because they had that helmet in NCAA football 2007. So.
Okay.
Oh no, they did have it recently.
Yeah, they just got rid of it.
Yeah,
MSU
Delaware
won
looks
3
funny
in the 60s. What?
So
I said Delaware looks like a Temu, you guys.
It does. It's kind of weird.
With the bright, ugly colors.
Yeah.
I'm reading other names as well. There's Brent Key from Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, dude, they have Mike Elko on this list. There's no way he leaves Texas A&M for Penn State. Seems like he's doing a really great job at Texas A&M.
Wait, bro, let me be the first to say this. I would hate to see the Veer Wing T in the Big Ten. That would set me off if Brent Key came to the Big Ten with that Georgia Tech offense.
Well, fairness,
I hate high schools that still run that.
Brent Key has built that offense off of what Haynes King does. So when Haynes King leaves, he's going to have to change that offense a little bit. Why would Brent Key leave? Georgia Tech, you're in like a sweet spot. Again, as a coach, you're making good money. You're winning. Elko, yeah. Why would you leave Texas A&M if you're in like SEC playoff contention every year? You're making good money at A&M. You're making that fan base happy.
Can we bring back Pat? That's the name. Pat Fitzgerald is the name.
That is the name.
Pat Fitzgerald.
What Northwestern did to him, they don't deserve to ever win another game in their tenured life. Screw Northwestern. I used to be a fan of them. Screw them.
Please, Penn State, do hire Pat Fitzgerald. I would love that. I would approve of this and sign off on it because Pat Fitzgerald got screwed.
Yeah,
absolutely screwed.
I would buy a Penn State shirt tomorrow if they announced Pat Fitzgerald as the new head coach. They would become my third favorite team.
Like, think about they literally they screwed not just their greatest coach of all time, but their greatest player of all time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it was it Pat Fitzgerald or Scott Frost that's actually on the list for Penn State, or the presumed list?
It has to be Pat Fitzgerald, not Scott Frost.
I saw a tweet. Somebody said Scott Frost. I think it was a joke, or I hope it was a joke because that guy needs to wait at least 5 to 10 years before he's allowed a head coaching position again. And even then, I'm not sure it should be in D1 football.
He's still building. He's still building UCF. He's still building UCF. I mean, his first year at UCF, so it's going to be a little rough to build it back up in the Big 12. But it's got to be.
They already won a national championship with him, though, so I'm confused.
They did win a national championship. Do not ever confuse that. They were undefeated and beat Auburn, who beat Alabama, who won the national title. So they were undisputed national title.
Yeah,
holders. Yeah.
I buy it.
I'm never confused.
Can Penn State pull Fran Brown from? Is he at Syracuse still?
Fran Brown can stay out of the Big Ten. Please,
if he comes to Penn State, he could bring Calvin Russell with him. They just got that
I think if a guy like Fran Brown got to Penn State, I've always wondered. Like, I can understand. You got the Wolverines, you got Ohio State. I mean, heck, you even had MSU for a period. And you got Maryland over there now, of course. If he were to find a way to lock down like the top talent in the East Coast, Penn State could then that DMV area, even some place like South Carolina, North Carolina. Yeah, man, he's an SEC guy too.
So what's your top contenders? Are you talking about Fran Brown? Are you talking Pat Fitzgerald? Are you talking to Will Stein?
Those are the top contenders. Those are the only two calls I would make.
Oh, okay.
Pat Fitzgerald and
for
Fran
Penn State.
Brown.
Those are the two calls I would make.
Okay.
Now I do think it was interesting. Was it Joel Klatt? He said if he was Penn State, the first call he would make, because you guys, there's nothing wrong with asking. You call Nick Saban. I actually, a lot of people like you laugh when you first hear that.
Yeah.
But force him to say no.
Yeah. True.
And depending on what you think your program truly is, I'm calling Buddy at Notre Dame. I'd be just for the hell of it. I will call Ryan Day just for the hell of it.
Just say, hey, you want to work with Jim again?
No, never mind.
You make a good point for Notre Dame. I saw that earlier, and I was like, I mean, hey, if you're shooting at every target possible, I mean, Marcus Freeman's not necessarily a bad option.
If Ohio State's offense, looks unbeatable this season, and Brian Hartline gets a lot of the credit, you make the call.
Dude, Marcus Freeman is a young James Franklin. I don't care what anyone says.
No, he's not. No.
Well.
He's losing.
I'm sorry,
James Franklin, the same name in the same.
He literally epitomizes James Franklin this year already. He lost to two good teams by like 6 points combined.
4.
And then 4 points. My apologies, Marcus Freeman. Oh my, how dare I disparage you compared to James Franklin? But he literally is. He's the epitome. He loses to the good teams, and then he'll have that. Something James Franklin
didn't do. Not have that same moniker around him.
Well, no, but I'm saying, if you're getting considered for a Penn State job, Marcus Freeman is equal to James Franklin. He loses to good teams, and then he has that abysmal loss like James Franklin now has with UCLA and Northwestern, where he lost to Northern Illinois last year. He has that similar resume.
He beat Georgia and Penn State last season. He did that.
How dare you remove that comment on the screen? I agree, Matthew. Marcus Freeman is hotter than James Franklin. By far. Yes, he is.
All right. Hey, I just need to point something out, though.
Thank you.
Marcus Freeman.
You're welcome.
Marcus Freeman and Penn State, or Marcus Freeman and James Franklin cannot be further apart. Okay, what am I saying?
Marcus Franklin?
Marcus Freeman.
What? Oh, I have such a joke right now, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, don't do it. I don't know what it is, but it's clearly not going to be funny. Marcus Freeman freaking changed his religion from Notre Dame. James Franklin wouldn't even change his playbook.
Hey, man, he did change his religion.
What was he before?
Just a flat-out Christian, and now he's a Catholic.
Yeah. He was a vanilla Christian, and now he's like...
What's the difference? You just ignore certain books of the Bible?
No,
No, you add a few, actually.
Yeah, that's true. You add the middle like 12 books or whatever.
Yeah,
there's a few differences, but no, he actually had to do it. Because technically he couldn't take communion if he didn't Catholic.
I don't think he could be the coach there unless he was
you
Catholic,
can't be the
right?
coach there.
That's
okay, hold on. We got another super chat. 23 Tails, $5. Thank you very much. Washington quarterback is going to destroy Wink defense on third downs. Go Blue, though.
Yeah, so Michigan's defense,
actually, Rob, before you get into that, we're going to get to that in just a little bit. But before we
can comment on that,
I know we're going to get to it. The last thing I want to talk about as far as venting on the chaos, though, Dedoy asks, I'm late to the show and now you're discussing PSU, but to Michigan fans, should we want Sharon Moore gone after this season?
Not if he wins out.
Mac, go ahead. You give your case, and then Rob, Garrison, and Ben, you guys can
see. Okay, it's not about being a Sharon Moore believer or not a believer. It's who else are you going to get for one? And I actually, after some of this conversation, I'm thinking Jed Fish might actually be an interesting option. But here's the thing. You got to look at the data. The data says that Michigan is the second youngest team in the Big Ten. The data says that Michigan went on the road to the West Coast and played the number 3 offense in the nation. The data says that Michigan is starting a true freshman at quarterback and doesn't really have much in the wide receiver room. They've got the 2 guys. Their offensive line is depleted talent-wise. That's what the data says. That's what the hard numbers say. And yet, we're still 4-2. We finished last season beating Ohio State and beating Alabama. There are a lot of really good things about that can be built upon. Unfortunately, there are other numbers at play here too. The number of missed tackles, the number of penalties when Sharon Moore is coaching. The fact that when Biff Poggi was coaching, Michigan averaged 40 points. Well, and you got to take that with a grain of salt because one of those games was against Central Michigan, but Michigan averaged 40 points a game. Under Sharon Moore, they're averaging like 25. So those are some competing numbers, and there's some competing philosophies about whether or not we should get rid of Sharon Moore. My thinking is this. He needs at least one more year. You need at least 3 years to establish yourself, to establish your team, to establish your philosophy. He doesn't get next year. He should be fired at the end of this year if he drops at least 2 more games, the missed tackles, the fundamentals all continue to go downhill, and if one of those games is against Ohio State and it's a blowout. That's how I think he gets fired after this season, because at that point, Michigan administration, not actually Michigan administration, Air Jordan actually would be looking at the situation and say, we need to rip the Band-Aid off before this gets worse, or else we're going to turn into the sinking ship that Penn State is. So like where Penn State could hire Matt Rule and potentially salvage the class because they've got a legacy Penn State guy, Michigan then would need to take a really good swing at getting Jed Fish as head coach, because he's the name. He's a Michigan legacy guy. He's the name that could keep that recruiting class intact. That's my take.
You know what? I need about maybe 5 minutes for this take because you know what? I'm done messing around.
You can have 30 seconds.
All right. Hold on.
30 seconds?
We got a super chat from GT, $5. I want us to hire Deshaun Foster. He did a great job bringing in talent to UCLA. They're on a roll right now.
I love it. GT. I love it. My triplets appreciate the $5 you contributed to their diaper fund.
All right, Rob, go ahead.
You know, I don't know why people are high on Sherrone Moore anyways. They want to hype up when he took over a championship roster. Jim Harbaugh was at the practices. Jim Harbaugh provided the blueprint. That was Jim Harbaugh's game plan. And that's pretty much it. You guys loved it because, oh my gosh, he beat Ohio State. He got us through that 3-game span, but it wasn't actually him. It was Jim Harbaugh. And then let's fast forward the next season.
Urban Meyer
all
said
the
that
glaze,
too.
The glaze in the offseason. Oh, he got his staff together. He's cooking on the recruiting trail. Okay, Brady Hoke. And then he has Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, Harbaugh's players. And yeah, so they had a good run at the end of the season. Wink Martindale freaking thrived off those players, top 15 draft players. And then after this, they're realizing what happens when you don't have those great developed players. You're realizing what happens when role players who were overhyped, by the way. Where's Damon Payne? Where's TJ Guy? This defensive line that we've been hearing so much about is doing absolutely nothing other than Barham, by the way. And then, you know, you have Sherrone Moore on the sideline. The dude looks like he's on Prozac. He's the poster boy for Prozac. He just has this expressionless look. The house is on fire, but everything's okay look. But it's actually not.
Prozac's an upper, not a downer.
It calms your mood. Ask my wife, okay?
Ask me. I'm on it. It's an upper.
But anyways, this dude is not meant to have a big boy coaching job. I don't care. You know, you want to be a fraud and say, oh, I'm going to wear my blue collar jacket. I'm getting back to work. You're not getting back to anything. The only thing you're getting back to is you're pretty much hoodwinking the entire Michigan fan base, dude, with your recruiting. We saw that before. We know what happens. Okay, you're a great recruiter. You know who else was a great recruiter? Brady Hoke brought in 2 top 5 classes. I just don't think he's the guy. He's smiling on the sidelines when they're down 31-13. You know, he'd rather be there and be, you know, the fun uncle rather than, you know, the strict dad that Michigan needs so desperately. And just like, I personally, you know, last week when Mac and I were talking, I said, you know what, I'm gonna pick USC or Washington. I picked USC, but you know what, I'm picking Washington this week as well. I think Washington marches the big house. They beat Michigan, and then people are even more pissed on Sherrone Moore. And you know what, I'm gonna point this out as well. People are pissing on Sherrone Moore, but they were just so happy when they beat Ohio State. But I thought beating Ohio State was good enough. Apparently it wasn't, because you know what? They're probably for sale signs in Sherrone Moore's lawn. And you know what? They're going to be coming out with their pitchforks and their flamethrowers, and they're going to burn it all down. And I rest my case.
So here's the really funny thing about everything that Rob just said. I actually kind of agree with all of it.
What? You agree with? Okay, I'm out.
I mean, okay, look. So it's a really good point. We as Michigan fans fell in love with what we saw from Sherrone Moore in 2023 because he took out Penn State, he took out Ohio State, he took out Maryland, you know, and they did that without Jim Harbaugh, and you know, he was the one who called all the running plays and against Penn State and all that. I mean, that was a great run, but it was with Jim's. I can't talk today. It was with Jim Harbaugh's players. It was with Jim Harbaugh's fundamental coaching. It was with Jim Harbaugh's coaching, period. It was with Jim Harbaugh's football philosophy. If you look at Sharon Moore on the sidelines right now, the guy looks like he's on, I would say Xanax, but I understand the sentiment. The guy has no emotion. The guy doesn't show anything. Every time Michigan gets a penalty, what's the look on Sharon Moore's face? It's this.
Just sits there.
It's what it is. And then he just kind of starts walking from side to side like he's pacing or something that he doesn't know. And it's not to say that a good coach is marked by how much emotion he shows on the sideline. But at some point, I mean, you got to show something. Like something's got to bother you. You've got to be actually reacting to what's going on, because there were some, I mean, against USC, Michigan was never going to beat USC with that game plan or the way that they were playing. But the refs were awful. The refs missed several calls against USC. It would not have changed the outcome of the game. But the refs missed several calls against USC. What's happening here? Oh, is that the violin? I thought you were doing the money thing. I was like, yeah, USC paid off the refs probably. But it wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game.
Remember, I got to throw that in there. Remember, there's 3 teams on the field. If you don't play well enough to beat the refs, you didn't play well enough to win.
Sure, but at the same time, the refs need to be consistent with what they're calling a PI.
So wait. So what do you think about the week before that, when it was clear that Jair Hill was suplexing the other receiver and Rob Moore got the interception? Did you care about that PI then?
No. Yes, actually, I turned to my wife. No, seriously, my pregnant wife was sitting on the couch next to me watching the game with me because she can't do anything else, really, because she's getting kind of tired. But I turned to her and I said, that should have been pass interference on Michigan.
But the Big Ten's never called that. They've never called pass interferences.
Okay, well, yeah. I guess, all right, that is what it is then. But I mean, when Donovan McCulley is getting, spun around like the USC players trying to do the tango with him, I don't know. I mean, things were getting a little saucy in that game anyway. Might as well tango it up, I guess.
So I'll be quick here. So Ben, you can go.
I got one more thing now. I got one more thing. Another thing. Where is Lou Esposito? I heard he was a great developer of defensive line talent. Oh, wait, that's right. You can't give him credit for Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant. I'm done. Go ahead, Garrison.
Yeah, so I've talked about this plenty of times. I had this conversation. I went on a rant about it on Monday, so I'll be quick here. I had a great conversation with my best friend Lawson. I brought this to TJ's attention about a month ago. Shout out to him that after the game, he gave me credit for this. I told him that the 2023 Penn State win, last year's USC, Ohio State, and Alabama win were four of the worst things that ever happened to that program. Because what it did was that it gave a bad coach confirmation bias on how he can win football games on a week-to-week basis. Sharon Moore is a position coach masquerading as, who was given the offensive coordinator job and masquerading as a head coach. He has no, I have enough, I might not like you guys as a program, but I respect you. He does not belong to be the head coach of the University of Michigan football team. I think he's a soft man. I remember when Devin Gardner talked about after he cried on the field of the Penn State, he said, you can't be the head coach out there crying like that. And a lot of Wolverine fans sit there and say, well, man, we love that because it shows us how much he cares. Who cares about caring? I've never seen Ryan Day cry on that football field, even after a national championship win.
He's complained to the refs though. Like he'll get into the refs' face.
But he does that. But then he also does this, and this is one of the reasons why I had a fight with my best friend Bryce Sack about giving a 17-year-old $12 million because you can't tell him a doggone thing. And after your quarterback throws an interception, he comes to the sideline, you give him a high five. I wish Ryan Day would do something stupid like that. And shout out to TJ. He pointed this out perfectly. He said Sharon is not a head coach; he's a friend. That's what he is. I mean, did you guys watch the press conference after the game?
Yeah.
When Jay Sean Rossberg goes, "Hey Jay Sean, what are you waving for? Answer the questions and do your job." I just don't. Man, sometimes I understand. Like usually, I would say I would grade a coach after 3 years or after the 4th year because I think by that time everybody on the team those are all your players. But right now, man, I'm watching this guy, and there's no juice on the sideline. There was more juice on the sideline with Biff.
Yeah.
There's not one game I can point to where you as an OC, I can say, doggone, man, he cooked in that game. He was calling some great plays. And the only game people like to point to is that Penn State game where he ran 32 straight times. And the truth of the matter is you could barely run the ball outside of one play that won you the game. So I don't know, man. I look at him and like you said, we listed a bunch of coaches' names, head coach or coordinators. You would rather have Will Stein than Sharon Moore. You would rather have, I'll just stick into the Big Ten. You would rather have Matt Rule. You would rather have Jedd Fisch, who wanted the Michigan job. You would rather have, I mean, he ain't better than Brett Bielema.
That's fair. Honestly, I'd take Brett Bielema at this point.
Yeah,
I mean, Illinois plays fundamentally sound football.
Yes.
At this point, I feel like everybody who wants to be a head coach should have to watch Miracle and Remember the Titans before they become a head coach.
Or go coach at Davenport. Go coach at Go coach at Calvin College.
Yeah.
How about you go over there? Go to Northern Michigan. Go to
go to Hope.
Michigan Tech. Go to Hope. No.
College.
I can't have him ruining my program over there. That's my go Dutch. We're not doing that. So
all right, guys, I'm gonna hit a couple of super chats, and then we're gonna actually talk football. Dodoy, $2. Thank you, Dodoy.
Thank you, Dodoy.
Play is morphing us to a Big 12 team.
You would rather be a Big 12 team.
We'd probably win the Big 12 this year.
I think Texas Tech will blow your doors off. I think Utah will blow your doors off.
No,
Dodoy coming through with another $5 super chat. If loses to Washington and struggles to beat MSU and Northwestern, I think I'm ready for Day to hang 100 on us to force coaching change. Grant and Ron B and others.
That was good, Dodoy. That was good.
I don't know. I mean, I look at it.
Witty viewers, man.
Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
No, I was going to say, I do have a show coming up here with Adam on the Voice of College Football from Rutgers to discuss Rutgers week. Unfortunately for them, they get to meet a very pissed off Oregon team. So, poor Rutgers. Poor Rutgers. It's even worse than you could have imagined it would be. I have to agree, though, with everything like Garrison just said, because it started last year with Sharon Moore, and I have nothing against Sharon Moore by any means, but last year, remember, in the Oregon game, he called a timeout or did a challenge, and even the announcer was like, he doesn't know the rules.
Ben, I'm sorry, he's still having troubles with challenges and timeouts.
Yeah, he didn't, he doesn't know the rules of the game, of the completion, catch process, and stuff, and it cost him a timeout in that game. That's why I got confused. But
yeah,
Sharon Moore is. I don't want to cast early judgment. He obviously has the potential. And like Garrison said, you go 3-4 years. But he wasn't, I don't think he was ready to take on that type of position. So we'll see what happens. But Oregon will absolutely stomp Rutgers at home to make a national narrative. I'm going about 50-0 because Shiano sucks. Washington will beat Michigan because Washington, they've had their struggles, but guess what? They come back to win. Remember, they were down 20-0 at the beginning of the fourth quarter on the road at Maryland, and they won 24-20. So Michigan, you're done. And Ohio State will win this week. So those are my picks of the week. Make sure someone actually records this thing and notes these numbers down and actually does a calculation because your co-host over there is sucking, really sucking bad. I mean, like he's not doing his job at all.
I think you're awesome. Don't worry. I think you're awesome.
Oh my God.
All right.
Wait, so did you have a pick for Washington, Michigan, or just
Washington?
Score
prediction? You want a score prediction? 27-20.
Are you writing down the score predictions? Because the plaque just has wins and losses.
I know, but I got to write down. I guess it doesn't matter, but
it doesn't.
It really doesn't matter on this show.
And you got OSU
on this show. All right. This isn't even happening. This is in everyone's imagination. We're not even here right now.
No.
Whoa. That's some
Life is just
meta
a
kind of
fantasy.
stuff right there.
Can you give this fantasy life?
I'm not here right now.
All
right.
right.
Thanks,
All right.
everyone. Have a good night. I'll see you guys on some Oregon shows. But next week, we'll begin and have a great rest of your show,
Awesome.
guys. Okay.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Ben. Thanks for being
See
here.
you, Ben.
See you, Ben.
Everyone.
All right, guys. Let's actually hit the games now. We'll just hit these real quick because we've been basically talking about what these teams are doing already anyway. Okay, since Ben left, let's just get Oregon Rutgers out of the way. Rob, what do you have for Oregon Rutgers? Oh, Rob, I think you're muted.
I have Oregon winning 55-0.
55-0.
So they get a safety in there somewhere.
Garrison, what have you got?
Give me 50-0.
Mac?
Actually, wait. No, let me stop though, because Cal Manis is a really good quarterback. He's a pretty good quarterback. Give me 50-17.
17. All right.
Yeah, I like Rutgers' offense. They just can't stop a soul.
Gotcha. Mac?
Michigan's offensive line was just named to the Joe Moore Award mid-season honor roll.
Excuse me? Have they seen that pile of crud?
All right, you don't got to rub it in. I'm
sorry,
with you, but
I'm sorry.
Oregon Rutgers, and then we'll talk actual games here.
Has anybody taken Rutgers yet?
No.
I kind of did.
He gave him a little bit of credit, yeah.
Give me Oregon 72-10.
Oh, Lord have mercy. It could happen, too.
It's going to happen.
72-10. All right. Ohio State, number 1. Ohio State comes to Wisconsin, to Camp Randall, to their old friend Luke Fickell.
Yeah.
I guess because we're still giving wedgies. This is
national champion Luke Fickell.
Yeah. This is the 87th meeting between Ohio State and Wisconsin, and the series is currently 63-18.
Wisconsin.
Ohio State.
Oh.
So when Wisconsin played Michigan, it looked for all the world like Luke Fickell gave up. Then they get blanked by Iowa. Iowa inexplicably put up 37 points on offense. The spread in this game is 26.5. I'm sorry. The open for Ohio State is 26.5 points. The spread is 25.5 points with 41.5 over under. Does Wisconsin even have a chance in this game?
Oh boy, this
define a chance.
1 in a million.
Do you remember in the? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rob.
No, go ahead real quick. Then
I was gonna say, like, you guys ever watched the movie Troy?
I've seen parts of it.
I haven't. Yeah.
No.
Oh, never mind.
All right, Rob, go ahead.
You guys need to see more movies.
This could be Luke Fickell's last game. I just feel like he's given up on the team after seeing how he lost to Iowa. Not even put up a single point. I think it was like 37-0.
Yeah, it was 37-0. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's just checked out. He realized that he's been put in a bad situation. You know, he's just not meant to be a big time head coach. But just looking at this just on paper, I guess what Wisconsin has going for them is their defense. But in terms of their offense, just 100, like bottom 100 in terms of every stat possible, to total offense, third down conversions, passing offense, rushing offense. Ohio State obviously has a really great defense. And then eventually, due to the offense and Ohio State being really good on third downs, I mean, they've only given up 17 out of 78 third down conversions. That's phenomenal. I think Wisconsin defense gets tired and they I think they're going to losing 54 to, I'll give Wisconsin 6. And this will be more likely be Luke Fickell's last game. I'm not saying 56.
56. Okay. You think Luke Fickell's last game. Okay.
I'm not saying this to be arrogant. I just feel like I don't know if you guys seen the same thing. I feel like he's just giving up on the team.
Oh yeah, I do too. When they were playing Michigan, it just looked, he was just kind of standing on the sidelines like he just wanted to go home. And it was still, I think there was still 7 or 8 minutes left in the fourth.
Yeah. I mean, he's just had such a bad draw since the beginning. I mean, his quarterbacks have gotten injured, that he's gone from the portal, and then just like the offense just has not improved. I mean, the defense, they're ranked 34th overall, but they're going to get tired due to the lack of production and offense being able to sustain drives. I mean, they do have time possession, 33 minutes, but it's just, I don't know, man. They're going against this Buckeye defense, dude. I think just could be a totally different ball game.
Yeah. GT has those 6 points on 3 safeties. Hey, we have Peter is here. Hey, Peter.
What's up, Peter?
Hey. What's up, bro? What's going on, good people?
What's up, Peter?
How you doing tonight?
Ohio State, Wisconsin. I was just about to ask Garrison if he thinks that Ohio State can actually pull this off against Wisconsin.
So
can they do it, man? That's the question everybody's asking this week.
Shout out to Sam Stamos in there. In the movie Troy, there was a scene where Egamon, thank you for pronouncing that perfectly. He asked Achilles to go and win Troy for him. And on that first scene, you see, or if you read the Iliad, he goes up there, man. He's just going out there slaughtering everybody. Well, that's Julian Sand and all these Ohio State Buckeyes coming around the shore of Madison, Wisconsin, and slicing up that good cheese they got over there and drinking their beer and putting their foot on their tables in their house. It's going to be a beatdown. Wisconsin will not score a point in this game. But there's something to come. There's, in every game, there's something that you can work on and come out of with. Now, last game, Ohio State, I think, ran the ball situationally well. But from the first Big Ten game to this Big Ten game was Washington, 146 rushing yards. Next week, Minnesota, 133 rushing yards. And this past week, 106. So we've gone down in rushing yards every single game now. And now there were some things, we had short fields against last week, which played into that. But still, there are other times that we could have drove the field and we didn't do it. So with that being said, going against Wisconsin, one of the better front sevens and one of the best D lines in the country. This could be a turning point for the Ohio State run game. We're going to need it going into the playoffs in late in November. So give me Ohio State. I think I said 40. What did I say? 43. Big Ten Ohio State coaches from Jim Tressel to Urban Meyer to Ryan Day have a propensity to lay off of ex-Buckeyes. So give me 43-0.
That's laying off?
I was going to say.
Compared to what he could do? Yes.
Yeah. Compared to the 70 or 74 you'd be putting
mind you, mind you, a year where Ryan Day dropped 40-something on Michigan State and Mel Tucker in the first half. We won't do that. We won't do that to him. We will not do that.
That was a great game. I enjoyed that.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Peter, you just got here. Do you want Mac to go first, or would you like to go?
Mac can go. Yeah, sure.
No, best for last. He can go.
All right.
I'm just kidding. Here, I'll knock it out real quick. Washington. No, wait, Wisconsin. I think I had a stroke before the show.
Washington. So you're picking Washington. Is what you're telling me.
I'm not picking. I was picking Wisconsin. I thought Ohio State's playing Washington. I've got Washington on the mind. I got to wash my clothes or something because I've got so much washing on the mind. I got to wash myself in the shower after this game.
Jerome Moore's got you brainwashed.
Yeah.
Just wait till the triplets and how much laundry you're going to have to wash with them when they grow up.
You're obviously trolling right now.
I'm actually trolling right now?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Dude, what do you think we built this channel off of?
Great football takes. What are you talking about?
We have some of the worst takes on YouTube. Are you kidding me? I'm willing to admit that. Yeah, I mean it's not going to be
That's
close.
funny.
It is funny. It's very funny. Here's the thing. Yeah, even if Ohio State pulls up on Luke Fickell, I was about to call him Lincoln Riley. Guys, I think I seriously had a stroke before the show. If they're going to pull up on him, it's going to look something like the 45-0 type thing, but make no mistake, this could absolutely be like a 63-0. Here's the call that I'm actually going to make. Luke Fickell gets fired after the game.
Yep.
Ohio State 45-0. Luke Fickell gets fired on the field after the game.
He has to get an Uber home, right?
Yeah.
Is it
No, wait, they're
so?
in Wisconsin, so you can just walk home. Yeah.
So
They
Mac,
give him a
is
trespassing.
is it a respectful firing? Is it kind of like we're gonna pass a note, or we're just gonna
Yeah.
hand you your things in a
Like,
box?
be gone.
Wisconsin's going to plant a flag on their own field that says Fickell's fired.
And Ohio State's still going to get upset about it.
They might give him some cheese curds in a parting basket, but he gone. It's
I
gonna
was
be
gonna say-
disrespectful too.
I was going to say the AD is going to walk up to him and be like, look, this isn't working out. Here is your complimentary cheese sample. GTFO,
Sampler
buddy.
platter.
All right, Peter, what do you got?
That's awesome. It's funny because Garrison and I have very similar thoughts on this contest. I mean, you guys probably already listed off the stats, but Ohio State's only averaging giving up 6.8 points per game. Wisconsin is only getting 15.5 points per contest. Just a pathetic excuse for an offense. And the Buckeye defense is going to pitch a shutout on Saturday. If they cross the 15-yard line, I'm going to be irate. It's not going to happen. And I really do see a shutout, and I truthfully do see Luke Fickell getting fired. I think this is his last contest. There is not only an arms race in college football, but now with, the firings have started many, many weeks ago. The biggest one off the books this last week. And Fickell's going to join the ranks, and they got to get the coaches in there. And he clearly has given up. He gave up in the Michigan game. And even more pathetic effort last week as well. So this is not going to be pretty. The Buckeyes are going to dominate. I do need to see more from the ground game because, as Garrison also said, this will not suffice versus the better teams we play come playoff time. It's not going to get it done. And so I need to see growth there, but I'm thinking 35-0. It won't be quite as bad because we are showing mercy to our beloved son, Luke Fickell.
I love that. Mercy. So that'll be
No,
Wow,
Cliff, it's a real
okay.
thing. It's a real thing. Like our past few
alright.
coaches, they don't like to embarrass.
Yep.
Even when we played Mark D'Antonio, we didn't. Dressel didn't do it. Urban
Shiano too.
Shiano, they won't do it to him.
Yep, it's
All
truth.
all right. I need GT to explain this one to me, but he said, thank you again, GT, for the $5 super chat. Luke Fickell is required to do seppuku during jump around.
It is a ceremonial.
Japanese.
It's a Japanese ritual of suicide by disembowelment.
Oh.
I knew it had to be some weird Asian practice. That's awesome.
No, I learned that from Summer, the show Summer. That was a really good show, by the way.
Ooh,
I've heard.
I have to take that.
And they didn't make a second season, like some jerks.
Well, that's what they do with good shows. They end them.
Yep.
Yeah, I was actually considering going to this game because it's only a 5-hour drive from where I'm at now on the west side of the state. And tickets are like $25 right now. So,
oh, yeah. You guys are mentioning that on your show.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I highly considered going, but that really sounded like an exhausting day. So I passed on it.
Oh,
Man, I would have gone with it. Well, actually, I'm busy Saturday, but I would have gone with you if I wasn't busy.
I've been sick.
That would have been cool.
I do want to experience the jump around. It might be the lamest one ever, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Before we get to the Michigan game, Peter, real quick, what's your pick for Oregon Rutgers?
Oh, gosh, that's going to be nasty. Jeez. I'm thinking probably 47 to 12. Let's put it that way. It's not going to be nice. It's going to be ugly.
Hey, host of the show, For next week, just before this slips my mind, can we please add Grand Valley State versus Ferris State to the docket?
Dude, it's going down.
Ooh.
Grand Valley State versus who?
If I wasn't working, I'd be at
Ferris
that game
State,
too. Yeah.
It's gonna be a
Ferris.
top 10 matchup. Ferris is number 1 in the nation. I think Grand Valley is top. They're number 7, I believe. So yeah.
Go Grand
FCS,
Valley.
I assume.
Come on, Lakers.
Screw Ferris.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, let's head over to Washington is coming out to Michigan. So this,
right.
oh, you know what I forgot to mention about Oregon at Rutgers too. This is actually a first game alert. This is the first time Oregon has ever played Rutgers. So this is a coast to coast first game alert.
Yeah,
It's
pretty cool.
This is a game that should not have ever been played outside of a bowl game. I want that clear on the record. I hate that this game is even happening. I will be boycotting it.
I hate that Missouri's down the Big Ten. And they're
Speak facts, Mag. Speak facts.
I only
There
ever
we go.
speak facts.
It's also known as Harry Carey. That's the Seppuku. Harry Carey is one I understand. I know that one. All right. Washington and Michigan. This is the 16th time these two teams have played. The series is at 9-6, and they are 1-1 in the last 2 games. This one opens at 5.5 for the Wolverines. The spread is 6.5, and the over/under is 50.5.
Goodness.
The FPI has Michigan. I forgot to write it down, but I believe Michigan is 69 or 70% on the FPI for this one. So the odds for this game are essentially the opposite of what they were for the USC game. Michigan is favored both in the odds and the FPI, but Michigan is wounded, and Washington is coming off of a 2-game win streak. Is it fair to say that Michigan must win this game to save their season?
yes.
Think about
Yes.
that while you're giving your analysis on this game.
Oh, sorry.
And let me start with, let's just start around the clock here. Garrison, what do you got for this game?
It's a hard game to choose. I wouldn't bet on it. Now usually FPI has has its faults, but it usually tends to be right. Usually Vegas knows something, but when I saw that number, I see FPI, it really fully expects them to win this game against Washington. I'm gonna pick Washington, and I was listening to JD Pickle earlier today, and he said the Wolverines basically they simply have to win this game, and that's why he chose them to win, which I think is a stupid reason to pick a team to win. Washington's in the same boat right now. Washington still has to play Illinois, and they still have to play Oregon. So, and you're trying to make the playoff. And by the way, Washington should be ranked. They should have been ranked 2 weeks ago. But for some odd reason, they're not. I think the Wolverines are hurt in the on the defensive line. You have guys like TJ Guy, who's just a guy. He's a jag. Last week, USC exposed that though you moved Barham to the edge and he's a great pass rusher, he can't run defend. The secondary is still cheeks. The offensive line is still not that good, and I don't know how they got in the midseason honor roll for the Joe Moore Award, but they're there. And it's not to sit here and say that Washington are world beaters on offense, but I don't think you need to be a world beater to beat these Wolverines. I'm going to take Washington. You guys are the home team, so give me 24-14. 24-17.
24-17 Washington.
And I would say 20, but Zavada's good for one now. He's good for one miss now. So which is amazing to me.
Didn't see that coming for sure.
Peter?
Once again, man, we're tracking similarly with this game. This is a tough one, and I've gone back and forth on this on who I think will come out victorious. I see a lot of offensive talent, for Washington, and they know how to use it. Whereas I feel with Michigan, they haven't quite found their identity offensively, outside of Justice Haynes, of course. He's a monster when he's healthy. I don't know if he's going to be healthy for this week, though, as he sat out the majority of last week's contest. But I see Damon Williams. He's electric. Mateer beat you with his legs, and Williams is more athletic than Mateer is. He's not as strong and as bulky as Mateer is, but he is shifty and super athletic. I see him really using his legs in this contest to his benefit and his team's benefit to get Roebuck and to get Denzel Boston open, hitting them, as he is out of the pocket, escaping these rushes and these blitzes that Wink is going to try and bring. I think ultimately Washington is the better team, but like Garrison also said, they're both fighting for their lives. This is a pivotal game for both teams' seasons. And, I think Jed Fish is ascending, and I think they're going to come out 6-1. I'm also going the exact same score, 24-17, Washington.
It would be interesting if Washington beats Michigan. Well, I guess that would be 2 games in a row.
Can I add something real quick?
Moore gets fired, and then they do get Jed Fish. Go ahead, Garrison.
I was going to say, this is to add to the point that Rob just made when you talk about guys like Jonah Coleman, who's a very small, strong back. And the Wolverines are one of the worst tackling teams in Power 4. That's also that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Garrison, Blue Wolverine wants to know. Whoop, no, wrong one. Blue Wolverine wants to know if you want to bet on that. Oh, we lost Peter. Also, so here's the bet.
Nope.
Michigan wins. You super chat $100 to this channel. We lose. I super chat $100 to your show.
Damn it, that's a good bet. I'm gonna be honest with you guys in GT, dude. There's a reason why I didn't bet on your guys' game last week against USC.
That was Blue Wolverine.
I'm sorry, Blue Wolverine. Yeah, I just there's too many ifs. There's too many ifs for me right now, and I forgot. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything else about the game because I don't want to step on anything else about anybody else says. But there's just too many ifs. Too many for me.
All right.
I have an idea. Blue Wolverine, how about you super chat us $100 now, and I'll use that to buy my baby's diapers.
How about if how about the Wolverines lose? Someone whoever has a man bun on the show has to cut it off.
Dude, it's already almost off. I mean, look.
Oh.
That's really small.
I don't have enough hair to do that anyway. We got a super chat from Dedoy, $5. I think I'm understanding why SM didn't get a contract right away.
Word manual.
Word manual must have something early. Oh yeah, seen something early. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It took a while to get his contract.
Java the Hutt didn't see anything. Okay.
Peter's back.
He's got the bougie dog.
Very nice. Very nice.
What
Rob,
did I come back into?
some Java the Hutt thing. Rob, what do you got? Washington and Michigan.
All right. So I think Jed Fish is a way better
Oh
coach
my gosh.
than Sharon Moore. No, I'm not. Yeah, I think he's a better coach than Sharon Moore. No fake blue collar tough guy. I mean, blue collar tough guys right there. So Michigan is obviously they've been a predominantly run team. That's their bread and butter. Well, Washington has the 7th best run defense, only giving up 83.2 yards per game. I think Washington on offense has really good athletes. You have Coleman, you have Muhammad, you have Williams, you have Roebuck, you have Boston. I think those are going to be really great playmakers for them. They only put up 100 yards less than USC on offense. They average 468.5 yards per game. And in terms of sustaining drives, Michigan defensively third down, they've only stopped 26 out of 62 attempts. That is just
Third down?
Yes, on third down.
Did you sit there and count them all?
And so, if you're looking at time of possessions, USC really controlled the clock with their high tempo offense and athletes. And usually Michigan does 32 minutes for time possessions, but against USC only 26. And seeing that they already they're not able to score many points, I think Washington wins this one by controlling the clock, sustaining drives, keeping Michigan's offense off the field because remember, actually, wait, no, I was reading the wrong. I was reading their defensive stats on offense. Actually, wait, no, I was reading their offensive stats. Never mind. But other than that, I have Washington winning. I'm gonna say 24-13.
24-13. Oof. By the way, the poll that we had started at the beginning here, what's the new prediction for Michigan's season? Since we're talking about Sharon Moore not being able to do this, Playoff Bound has 22%. Moore is exonerated with a bowl win is 16%. Moore is humiliated a bowl loss is 22%. Moore updates his LinkedIn profile is winning at 40%.
So one more
thing.
thing.
A large portion of our channel is Michigan fans who apparently believe that Sharon Moore isn't going to last.
Oh, it just went up.
It just went up.
So I got something wrong. So on defense, Michigan has only stopped 32 out of 85 conversions. On offense, they've only converted 26 out of 62. So they're gonna. It seems like they're gonna have a hard time keeping Washington off the field, and it seems like a hard time that they're gonna keep their offense on the field. So, and usually that's how games are won or lost. So,
Sam Stamos says that it'd be 3 losses where they scored 13 points in each game. Highly improbable. Highly improbable that they would score less than that. Or
14 is in play. 14 is in play. Don't worry.
Yeah.
30. Yeah.
All right, Mac, it's not looking good for Michigan. What do you got?
Yeah. Well, okay. So I want to go back to Dedoy's super chat there because I got to give him a better answer than Jabba the Hutt didn't see anything, which was fantastic. So early on when Sharon Moore got hired and that whole debacle was going down with Jim Harbaugh leaving and whatnot, and Ward Manuel said that he was trying to get a deal done with Jim Harbaugh to keep Jim Harbaugh at Michigan. A lot of people gave Ward Manuel a ton of crap for losing Jim Harbaugh to the NFL. Maybe Ward Manuel could have done a better job. I've been critical of Ward Manuel. I have no idea what happened behind the scenes, but Jim Harbaugh hasn't exactly been quiet about wanting to go back to the NFL, and he is doing well there again. So I think that let's just go with the obvious thing here. Jim Harbaugh wanted to go to the NFL. That's what took him there. Ward Manuel, there was nothing he could do. So maybe Ward Manuel shouldn't get as much blame for Jim Harbaugh leaving. In the case of Sharon Moore, maybe we then extrapolate that to what happened with the delayed hiring of Sharon Moore. I mean, it took a while for Sharon Moore to actually get hired as the coach at Michigan, and his buyout is $4 million. That kind of feels to me like Ward Manuel. I'm going to kind of pontificate on this for a second here. That kind of feels to me like Ward Manuel looked at Sharon Moore and said, I don't know if this is the guy, so I want to be able to get out of this pretty easily if he's not the guy. That's what $4 million in a buyout says to me, and the fact that it took him that long to actually sign Sharon Moore. And it sounds like, too, Santa Ono was the guy who told Ward Manuel to hire Sharon Moore. So maybe at the end of all of this, Ward Manuel is actually the guy who knew what he was doing the entire time, and maybe Sharon Moore really isn't the guy. That's not to say that Sharon Moore isn't a talented football coach, but maybe he's more of a coordinator, or maybe he needs to go to the MAC and coach up Western Michigan. No, actually, Western is number 1 in the MAC right now, so he can stay away from them. Maybe he can go to like Buffalo. Ball State.
You know what else happened? You know what else happened when Jim Harbaugh went to the NFL? He took the staff with him that was actually worth a damn, aka not Sharon Moore.
So, yeah, there's that, too. I mean, he took Jesse Minter with him. He took the strength and conditioning coach with him. Justin Tress was supposed to be the strength and conditioning. Well, no, he was second in line to be the strength and conditioning coach, but he never got promoted because Ben Herbert was still there. I think that was his name. And then Ben Herbert left. And the only reason I think he got promoted, Justin Tress, was because it was supposed to be the same coaching staff. And it just wasn't. And you know, a lot of people blame Jim Harbaugh for leaving the cupboards bare in terms of Michigan's coaching staff and players when he left for the NFL. Well, what else is he supposed to do? I mean, if he sees the best coaches for the job, he's going to say, hey, I'm going to the NFL. Do you guys want to come with? Like, we'll get you a good contract and all that. Like, I mean, no, I don't think he would intentionally do anything to screw over Michigan, but this is a business. He's got to do what's best for him, especially if he's trying to go for a Super Bowl as badly as he wants one. The guy's in his mid-60s, I think. I mean, he's running out of time. So he's going to do what he needs to do. I have the sneaking suspicion that Ward Manuel may have actually been right in all of this. And I don't exactly know how to define what right means. But when it comes to this game against Washington, if Michigan loses, I think Sharon Moore's on his way out. And I don't know if that's this year. It might be after next season. Because I still think, I mean, especially if Michigan somehow figures out a way to upset Ohio State again. I think that this game is kind of a bellwether in terms of, is there anything that Michigan has that they can build on to compete against good teams, even if they themselves are not up to the standard that they want to be? Because Michigan football, even under Jim Harbaugh, apart from 2017 and 2020, even when they weren't very good, they were still at least competing with basically everybody. I mean, in 2015, they weren't, you know, world beaters, but they beat everybody except for Utah and Ohio State. 2018, they weren't necessarily world beaters, but they beat everybody except for Notre Dame and Ohio State. 2019, they beat everybody except for Wisconsin, Ohio State, and there was one other team, and I can't remember, Penn State. So again, I mean, they weren't awful per se, but they just weren't up to that elite level. Michigan right now is not up to that elite level, and they're also losing to teams that they shouldn't be losing to. Like USC, they probably should have beat. There are a lot of reasons why they didn't.
No, you shouldn't have. No, you shouldn't have.
Look at that defense, though. Their defense isn't very good, and Michigan made them
your
look
offense
good.
isn't really that good.
Look at your defense.
Hold on one second. Hold that thought. Rob, you said you got to get going.
Yeah, I gotta go in about like 5 minutes or so. But I just want to say one more thing about man, I've been going on hard on Moore. I'm gonna take a break after this one. But do you so the thing to look at a Sharon Moore is, do you really want to waste the years of Underwood in this 26 class coming in, or do you just want to act quick on it if he just completely flops the rest of the season, bring in a guy who's going to use this talent the right way? That's something that, you know, you just got to ask yourself. Do you want to, because people are like, oh, let's give him some more time. Like, dude, this is year 2. You have all this NIL money. You have the third richest person in the world funding your program, along with Dave Portnoy. And, you know, I heard one other person, not named, I don't know who the name is, but another billionaire funder. And just like, you have these top recruiting classes coming in. The 25 class was a top 7, top 6 class. The 26 class, a lot of talent, a really good defensive line class. And you may just have another wide receiver besides Andrew Marsh. And then, you know, looking more towards the future, just like, dude, after this season, you'll have 2 more years of Bryce Underwood. Do you really want to waste a quarter this type of talent waiting for a guy to catch up? Then it's like, okay, he still hasn't caught up. Oh, wait, now Underwood's gone. Our 26 class is pretty much sophomores, juniors now. It's just like, he only has so much time. It's just like just seems like anybody can get it now. I mean, a lot of teams are just hungry for that championship. A lot of teams are, you know, hungry in terms of the sustainability of their program. Once you win a national championship, you know, you keep the momentum going from seasons on. I honestly don't think Michigan's going to be messing around unless, you know, what you say, Cliff, about how the sports programs have been fighting the administration this whole entire time. So you never know. But with that, it's going to be another great week in college football. Other than inside the Big Ten, I mean, we got a lot of great SEC games, but yeah, that's all I got.
Is there such a thing as a good SEC game?
Football's football, man.
I guess, but
yeah.
Bro, what is Maction come back?
Thanks, Rob. Take care, Rob. We'll see you later.
Yeah. Good night, Rob.
Yep.
All right. Jumping back in, though, you guys were talking about Michigan should have beat USC. Garrison, you said they shouldn't have.
Okay, no, he makes a good point. Maybe they shouldn't have actually beat USC, but at that point, why are we talking about Sharon Moore as a bad coach then? If the talent's not that, well, that might be a little too simplistic, but if the talent's not there, if the team's not ready yet and he's still building, then okay, great. Michigan's just not there yet. That's fine with me.
I think if he continues to be the coach, you're in jeopardy losing Bryce Underwood.
I mean, that might be true, but
and maybe you lose him if he gets fired. But I just, man, it's not just that, man. It's like there's certain things that he does as a head coach that show that he's not supposed to be in Ann Arbor.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know, man. It's just, you can look at a guy, and I just don't see it, man. I don't see the fire in him. Like when Harbaugh got to Ann Arbor, you could. I mean, don't get me wrong, we knew Harbaugh before he got there, but you can see it. You can see it.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. There's the crazy in the eyes. You see that in the coaches that really that win. They've got that crazy in the eyes.
Well, and the thing is, he might be a really good coach someday. I don't think he's a really good coach right now. He has potential to grow in that and develop and learn from his mistakes. And, just like Day has had that because he was winning games, though. And he was afforded that grace. Sharon might be great down the road. He's just not great right now.
Yeah.
A couple of what? Go ahead, Mac.
Sorry, I need to actually make my call.
Oh yeah, make your call real quick.
So here's the thing: we built this channel on being Michigan homers.
Come on.
So you know who I'm going to take.
Say with your chest.
I'm taking Michigan. Obviously, I'm taking Michigan in the bounce back. And I actually have some reasons why. I think that Michigan will also be somewhat pissed. I think that the entire team knows. I think Sharon Moore knows. I think that the coaching staff knows that if they lose this game, they are in serious trouble of all getting fired at the end of this season. From what I've heard, Wink Martindale is doing all tackling drills, fundamental tackling drills this week at practice. I hate that that's necessary, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. And if it works, great. If they beat Washington and they look convincing doing it, the season's back on. Because all they would need to do at that point is beat Ohio State, and then they're in the playoffs. And this was the season that we were looking for at that point. The rest of the schedule is not that hard. Maryland is sneaky good, but if you don't lose your crap, you can still beat them. At that point, Ohio State is in reach, and therefore so is the playoffs. If they can do that, the season is salvaged.
I agree.
All right.
Sweet. So I've got the Garrison vote.
What's your score pick?
Oh, crap. Michigan 31, Washington 24.
24.
Okay.
All right.
A little bit high scoring. All right.
So they don't cover. Wait, no, that is covering. Yeah, that's not covering. That's not covering.
Yeah, it's Michigan by 5.5 right now.
5.5.
Yeah. So I think
you got 7 there.
I also don't really give a single solitary crap what Vegas thinks.
Actually, no. Hey, go Blue. I actually do know you guys are the youngest team in the Big Ten right now. The same way I know that Maryland is the second youngest team in the Big Ten. The same way I know that Ohio State's the 5th youngest team in the Big Ten. So yes, buddy, I know stats.
I don't know, bro.
I do my homework.
This chat's getting away from me.
Don't you see those glasses? Of course you know stats.
Hey guys, I actually gotta get going here.
All right.
Fair enough.
I was just going to say I was going to wrap it up, so go ahead.
Oh, no. Whoa. Sorry.
No, good. We're good. I just wanted to thank you guys for being on. We are banging up against 2 hours here. So, Garrison, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
Yeah, appreciate you guys doing 3 hours of shows for Garrison today. Thanks. Appreciate it. No. First off, thanks you guys. You guys doing a great show here. Everyone knows that.
Thank you.
You guys can find me at Buckeye_Gaddy. That's Daddy with a G on X. You can find me if you want to catch me on Mondays for the Ohio State primetime show at 7. And then on Thursdays, I do the call-in show, which, I mean, you don't have to be an Ohio State fan. You can be a T-Ton fan, fan of any other program. I like talking football with anybody and everybody.
Except for Central fans. Screw those guys.
No. They live in BFE over there. And then also, if you guys want me giving a shout out to a game that happens this week, I'm pretty sure my buddy Bryce Sack is going to be calling this game. South Christian, they're 4-3 right now on a 3-game win streak. Actually, they play they're 3-1 right now in the OK Gold. Currently third in the conference. I'm sorry, division. But they play 7-0, number 8 team in the state of Michigan, Unity Christian rivalry game. Should be a good one. Should be a big one. It's gone back and forth over the last couple of years. Both these teams combined have 5 state championships in the last 7 years in the same division. It's a big game. It's a big game. It's a big D4 football, big game. But yeah, it's and these are the 2 best offenses in the conference right now. So both of them around. I think the South Christian, they have 144 points so far this year, and Unity is around 170. So yeah, should be a good one.
All right.
Actually, if you guys don't know, Tesla for the Lions,
yeah,
we went to Unity Christian. So yeah.
Oh, all right. Is this is it broadcast at all, like on the internet or
Michigan Sports Radio?
Michigan Sports Radio. All right,
I'll check it out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I appreciate your shout out the show there. I just want to say that even though you guys are Ohio State fans, this is why I love having you guys on the show, is because you guys know football. Can't deny that at all. As much as I don't like Ohio State, you guys know ball, and that's why I love having you on the show, because you make us look good. So I really appreciate that.
Appreciate you guys. Wait, Pete, aren't you from Michigan?
Yeah, man, I'm on the west side of the state now.
Is it because we're Michiganders?
It might
I don't
be.
know.
Michigan-born Buckeyes.
I found you guys on YouTube, and I was watching both of your shows, and I know you guys know stuff. So I said, well, we got to get them on the show. And
Appreciate you.
So here we are.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But,
we appreciate it. We're only a few weeks away from me being biased as all get out. Hopefully this year I don't have people clipping up, like that fire and brimstone speech I gave last year.
We all have to take our shots at some point.
All right, guys. You guys stay blessed and have a good evening.
All right, man. I'm going to call in tomorrow night. All right, bro?
Take care.
I hope.
Tomorrow.
Later.
See you, Garrison.
Hey, my high school has 1 win on the season, so shout out.
Hey, all right.
That's pretty
Peter,
good for us.
I appreciate you showing up. I know you had church tonight, so
sure.
I appreciate you popping on here in the latter half of the show.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. Always enjoyable. Yeah, it's a fun time with you guys, and yeah, you built an awesome platform, and we're thankful to be on here. And yeah, we always have a good time. So yeah, you can find Rob and I. We go live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking usually the biggest game of the week. We also obviously always break down Ohio State's opponent for that week. And yeah, I'll be dropping a video tomorrow. So check out that later tomorrow night as it drops. And then also going to call in with Garrison's show on the Voice of College Football. So appreciate you guys. You have a good night. All right, gentlemen.
You
Thanks,
too,
appreciate
man.
you too, man. Take care.
Appreciate it.
Night.
All right, Mac, I got to hit. Awesome. We've got like 78 chats there that I haven't even gotten to yet.
Well, we're not going to hit all of them, right?
We don't have to hit all of them.
It is 10:30.
Sam Stamos said that Coach Harbaugh was run out of Dodge and not by Michigan. Was he run out by the NFL? The NCAA? Who ran him out? His wife?
Well, the NCAA. I mean, his wife did want to go back to California, from what I understand. Yeah, she likes the weather in San Diego.
I like this one from Burks. If Michigan loses to Northwestern, fire more ASAP. My father's alma mater can't beat Michigan. Nobody even watches Northwestern football, not even the students, since Chicago is right next to Evanston.
Yeah, that's fair. They're all too busy peeing in the alleyways.
Yeah. Actually, this one, Sam says that maybe the dude that Michigan misses the most is strength and conditioning coach Ben Herbert. Yeah, to be honest, it was when all of the coaches were leaving, I kept thinking, well, at least Ben Herbert is still there. And then he left.
Then he left. Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. Ben Herbert, it's interesting. They said that there was no other coach that did more for like the culture of smash football at Michigan than Ben Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
I think Harbaugh had a lot to do with that too, because after 2020, he had to take a look at himself in the mirror to figure things out too. But Ben Herbert was really the guy that was around the players the most, because, you know, they spend hours upon hours in the weight room and all that. So he was very influential over them. And so, yeah, losing him was a massive blow.
Yeah. Dedoy says, I don't care about a natty. I just want us to quit looking weak. I agree. That's what's frustrating, is that it feels like there's not been any progress.
See, I think that there's been progress, because, I mean, again, they went on the road and beat Nebraska. Like, and I get it. It's Nebraska. But last season, they lose that game. I mean, because think about 2024. Michigan went on the road and lost to Illinois. Michigan went on the road and lost to Indiana. Michigan went on the road and lost to Washington. How many of those teams are better than Nebraska is this season? I really don't know. But what I do know is that, or at least what I'm fairly certain of, is that in 2024, Michigan goes to Nebraska and loses. In 2025, they don't. To me, I am actually seeing improvement. The problem is that when we do lose games, we look awful.
I think, okay, did I get this one from Dedoy? Said, I think I'm understanding why.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we did that one. Okay. Yep. Thank you again, Dedoy, for the $5 super chat.
Love the profile picture, by the way.
Somehow I got turned around here. All right. Wolverine Gage says, hopefully we can bounce back. The way they played against USC and Oklahoma is not Michigan football. Michigan is usually the bully.
Yeah.
Michigan. That was that other one. We looked weak.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. I think what concerned me the most about the USC game, the Oklahoma game, I guess, really just, I don't care about that game because it wasn't Big Ten. Oklahoma's really good. I don't know what happened against Texas. That Red River rivalry gets wonky. So, rivalry games, right? But what really concerned me about Texas or USC was how bad Michigan looked in terms of tackling and fundamentals, but also the fact that Wink Martindale didn't do a single thing to adjust against the screen pass. Like, he did nothing.
Yeah.
I think that's what concerns me the most. And I mean, maybe we'll see something happen this week that kind of builds on that or maybe changes the narrative. But I mean, just the fact that, they couldn't do anything against the screen. So I don't know. That was concerning.
Yep. Sam says, batten down the hatchets, boys. Go blue. Go blue.
Go blue.
So Dedoy brings this up. If Michigan ends 7-6 with a win over OSU and a bowl win, does the coaching staff say? So kind of like what you were talking about earlier, what does Michigan need to do? Or, what does Michigan need to do to salvage this season? Is this the bare minimum? If Michigan ends up 7-6, because last year was 8-5, can they go 7-6?
No.
I
don't even know that a win against OSU at that point would save you. Maybe it would. Maybe it would buy him another year.
Oh, save the coaching staff. Yeah.
Yeah, save the coaching staff. Look, because that means that you're going into the Ohio State game 5-6, which means that you lose. Who do we have left on the schedule? Northwestern, Purdue, Maryland, and Washington. That means that if you're going 5-6, you're going to beat one of Washington, Northwestern, Purdue, and Maryland, which means that you have to lose to 3 of those teams. Washington, okay, fine. But if you lose to Purdue or Northwestern, you're fired.
Yeah.
Penn State just figured that out.
Right.
So, yeah, I think even at that point, honestly, he wouldn't make it to Ohio State if he lost to Purdue and Northwestern, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think that saves him.
That wouldn't save him. Okay. Wolverine Gage says, hopefully we can bounce back the way they played against USC. Oh, I did that one.
Yeah.
Why does that happen?
But I agree with you, Wolverine Gage.
All right. So Sam Stamos says, come on, the NCAA hit Harbaugh with a 10-year show cause penalty. He couldn't coach here if he wanted to. I think that's in reference to he got run out of Dodge, but he was already gone before that ever happened.
Well, but I mean,
it's not coming, but
yeah, you kind of saw it coming because the NCAA was going to do everything that they could to get Jim Harbaugh out of football anyway, because he's, got beliefs that they don't like. And he was also on the forefront of getting NIL legalized in the first place. So yeah, of course they don't like him. He hit him in the pocketbooks where it hurts them most.
Right. We're going to end on this one from Go Blue, lose to MSU, and it's scorched earth.
Oh, I completely forgot Michigan plays Michigan State too.
Yeah, it's Washington, Michigan State, Purdue, Northwestern, Maryland, and then Ohio State.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that would mean that you're losing to Michigan State as well.
Yeah.
And that's just no.
Yep. I'll bring this up from Dedoy. If Sharon Moore gets a pink slip, call up John Harbaugh. Yeah, we were talking about that. I don't know if we were talking about that offline or if we were talking about that a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, that would be hilarious. I think we were messaging each other saying they should get John Harbaugh.
I don't remember. Were we talking about that, or
I thought I was talking to somebody about it. I assume it was you because I wouldn't have talked to anybody else about it.
I don't know that it was me.
Oh, who's I talking to?
I don't know. I don't remember that if we did.
All right. Well, anyway,
John Harbaugh is not coming to Michigan.
I heard things are slowing down at the Ravens there. So
yeah, but no. No, at that point, I don't know how old John Harbaugh is. I think he's the younger brother, right, of Jim and John.
No, he's the older brother.
Oh, he's the older brother. All right. Yeah. Well, he might be looking at retirement then. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, at that point, why you've already got your Super Bowl? Why start over?
I don't know if Harbaugh is retire. I mean, Jack is still going like crazy. I don't know that he's coaching anywhere, but
yeah, well, that's a good point. But I don't think that he's going to come back to college.
I don't know.
I don't think he's coming back to. He didn't. Did he coach in college to begin with? Where did he coach?
I have no idea.
I don't know off the top of my head, but
I don't either.
He's not coming to Michigan. If Michigan fires Sharon Moore, two things need to happen first. First, they need to have some sort of guarantee or certainty that if they offered the job to Jedd Fisch, he would take it. Also, they need to get Jedd Fisch and only Jedd Fisch. He is the only coaching candidate for Michigan football that could, in my opinion, have the best chance at keeping our recruiting class and the current roster together. Because if Bryce Underwood sees Sharon Moore get the axe, and that includes Chip Lindsey, he's going to be looking for someone else to come in that will allow Bryce Underwood to actually play football. And Jedd Fisch would let him do that. Jedd Fisch runs that type of offense that would give Bryce Underwood, or that would showcase Bryce Underwood. Honestly, Bryce should probably transfer to Washington. I'm just saying.
Okay, people are still chatting. So Sam says, like, he didn't know it was coming. He saw the writing on the wall. It was football camps down south that started the hate.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the SEC hated him for all of those. All of those football camps down south as well. I mean, they were complaining about it to ESPN. ESPN was getting upset because they were stealing all of the players from the SEC, or at least trying to anyway. I mean, yeah, I think it all really comes down to money, and I'm not about to go all conspiracy, nonsense or anything like that. I think that it was really just the NCAA just didn't like Harbaugh for a lot of different reasons.
Wolverine Gage, Michigan literally taught Notre Dame how to play football. They taught them physicality. Yes, they did.
They did.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. They owe us.
Jedd Fisch would be an option. Yeah, we talked about that.
I completely agree.
They pretty much taught Ohio State as well. Yeah, Michigan actually, and I'm not blowing smoke here at all. I was reading this book, Good Clean Violence, and essentially Michigan brought football west from the East Coast, and there was a point in time when other teams were building stadiums and they would invite Michigan in because they knew Michigan was a draw. They would bring in Michigan as their first game to christen the stadium.
That's cool.
You know, that was back in the glory days, you know.
Yeah.
Dedoy, the Board of Regents needs to be fired as well. I agree.
Well, they're voted in, aren't they?
Yes, that's true too. Yeah, because they're political, because they're actually Republican or Democrat. So
yeah.
Man, wow, you guys are going crazy out there. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I know we're going kind of late tonight. We're going to wrap this up here real quick, but John Stoops says go after the Indiana coach. We talked about that earlier. I don't think Kurt Cignetti should leave Indiana. I think he should, you know, build a legacy there, be an Indiana legend.
He's probably already the best coach that Indiana's ever had.
Oh yeah.
Or very close to being it.
Yeah. All right, we're going to end on GT. GT, we love GT. Sig can draw Social Security in 2 years. He will just retire at that time. Yeah, probably.
Do it right off into the sunset. And that also guarantees Indiana wins a national championship within the next 2 years. Book it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Mac, like I said, we're going kind of late tonight, but great conversation. I knew there was going to be a lot of talk on the chaos this past week. So,
and you were
that's
right.
why I wanted to give that a lot of time. But I think that's going to do it for us. Hoping Michigan pulls out a win this weekend. They've got to. I think they have to. But that's going to do it for us. Mac, anything you want to add there?
Yeah, I just wanted to say a quick word of thanks because we just surpassed 2,300 subscribers. We are now at 2,301. So
thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you all very much for that. Our goal was to try and hit 2,400 before the season is over. And we're obviously 99 away from doing that now. So the road to 2,400 is on. So if you're not subscribed, what's wrong with you? No, actually, no, it'd be super cool. We do this every Wednesday night. I release videos on Mondays. We have a video coming out tomorrow that I think is hilarious. I think you guys are going to love that. But yeah, if you don't mind hitting the subscribe button, it really does do a lot for us with the YouTube algorithm and all that. It will bless us with the YouTube algorithm. And if you don't mind hitting the like button as well, that also helps. And your chats have really helped. That's for sure. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for the 2,300 subscribers. This is just kind of amazing. So thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And thank everybody again for being out there. You know, if during the week there are things you guys want to talk about, you know, just hit us up on X and then we'll bring it up on the show, or, you know, just hang out in the chat. We love to hit those chats. Like I said, we're getting a lot of chats now, so it's a little bit harder to keep up. So I'm not asking for money, but if you do a super chat, I guarantee your chat will be brought up. So it's just physics. So
also, somebody help us with an idea for members only content.
Yes,
because we got to figure something out with that. Like we got to do like a $5 tier and do something that's worth that.
Definitely. All right, we are really out, and we're gonna have we're done. I can't think, but this is my purple pen.
Is way past his bedtime.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Good night. Mac, take us out.
This is the Michigan Wolverines nap time show. No, it's bedtime. This is the Michigan Wolverines bedtime show. Good night.
Good night.